Welcome back, Pokemon fam, YouTube fam. Hope you're all doing well tonight, guys. This is the Gem Pulse. So, in today's video, guys, today's video is going to be different than the last couple of videos. The last couple of videos that I did was more of a vlog type video where I was using my actual fancy camera to film my behind the scenes of the stuff that I do in the day-to-day life of Pokemon and selling Pokemon goods and services and all that stuff. But today's video is gonna be of a more of a tutorial for you guys. I'm on my webcam right now on my fancy setup. So in today's video, guys, I think out of every video that I've ever made on this channel, I will want to say that this video will probably be the most important video that I have ever made on this channel. So I've gotten a lot of questions. I've gotten a lot of people that have left comments on my channel, and I didn't know how to make a video like this, first off, because a video like this is going to take some time to kind of go through and go through the numbers, go through the all the logistics, and compile it into in a very elaborate way of describing it to you guys and showing it to you guys firsthand, basically. And I managed to do all that. And the number one question that I get all the time, especially for this Pokemon business, is the seller fees, right? Seller fees on eBay. And I think people that are asking these questions have legitimate questions and just legitimate concerns of why, is it even worth their time to sell TCG on eBay, right? So I went ahead and I created a huge PowerPoint. It's about 11 slides, and I don't know how long this video is going to take. It might be like a 20, 30-minute video. This might be like a longer video. So I definitely want you guys to, pay attention. If you want to listen to this, sure, but I would recommend you actually watch this because I'm about to pull up this PowerPoint and go over every single point about the fees, shipping, cost of goods, what else? Supplies and all that stuff. I think I already said supplies. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I want to go over all those things with you guys. That way you know exactly how much money you're making when you are whatever TCG avenue you go on, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, doesn't matter what it is. I just want to show you the exact formulas that I use every single time that I sell an item, and I know exactly how much I'm making, right? And it's even worth it, right? So let me go ahead and lower my screen, and we'll get right into this right now. Let me go ahead and lower my screen. Here we go. So you guys can see this. I'm gonna just make my screen very small because you don't need to see me. You just need to see the PowerPoint and listen to my voice. So let me go ahead and I'm pretty sure you guys can see that. That's pretty good. All right. So actually, I'm just zoom in once. No, actually, I'm zooming out. Why am I zooming out? Oh, there we go. Okay. One more time. Perfect. All right. So here we go, guys. Oh, this is whoops, that was towards the end. Here is the front. Here is the actual whoops. Here's the actual first slide of this presentation. So here we go, guys. The number one question that you all ask me every video that I upload, I get multiple comments and questions all the time. Is selling Pokemon on eBay worth it? That's the question, and I'm gonna go ahead and answer it right now. And the short answer is yes, but you have to do it right. Okay. So, like I said, the objections by the public, which are it's pretty much you guys. The objections I hear all the time is the eBay fees are too high, shipping costs are too high, and margins are thin to non-existent. So those are like the three major objections that I'm going to go over pretty much and provide the solutions as well as the numbers, exact profit margins, and everything like that, right? And give you guys some examples and everything. And basically, these objections right here are, I think, there's a lot of them out there, but this is like the top three, right? So I'm going to go ahead and cover this. So like I said, yeah, definitely worth it, but you have to do it right, okay? So it's going to be very important and very imperative that when you start a TCG business, especially on eBay, you you can easily fail at this very quickly from the lack of knowledge because there's not that much knowledge out there on the internet yet of doing this right, because there are multiple ways of doing this that may seem right, but it's a matter of which way is the more efficient, more robust, more, I would say, more bang for your buck, and just go ahead and provide you guys that type of value in today's presentation. So, like I said, yes, it is worth it. Go over to the next slide. This is the third slide. So here we go. Like I said, eBay fees are too high. Okay, so that's everyone's objection right there. So let's go ahead and cover what I, in my mind, right? When I'm basically, I'm the example. I'm using myself as the example when I'm covering most of this stuff in today's presentation. So for my Pokemon business, I always have five things in mind when it comes to money, right? And the costs. So like I said, cost of goods, that's going to be all your collections, binders, sealed product. Uh, your product that you're selling, that's what COGS stands for, cost of goods. Fees, that's obviously eBay fees. Shipping, that that's also with eBay. Everything's with eBay, obviously. Supplies definitely adds up over time, especially if you're overpaying on supplies, guys. This can definitely eat into your profits, and it's a very simple fix of where to find cheap supplies. It's not that hard. And storage, I really don't count storage because I mean, unless you're selling only sealed product, right? Let's say you're only selling booster boxes, then yeah, you're gonna need a lot more space. But for most people, you really only need your room, an office, somewhere in your house. You really don't need a storage unit unless like I said, you're selling booster boxes and you need a lot more space and you have a lot more capital, right? But for most people, it's going to be your room and office is going to be the storage. But I don't really equate that into my costs because at the end of the year, when you do your taxes or during tax season, you basically uh, use your room, your square footage of your room or your office that you're occupying all your goods as a tax write-off, right? So basically, this right here would be more of just a tax write-off. So I'm not really going to go over storage. The four main things are going to be COGS, fees, shipping, and supplies. So go ahead and go to the next one. Like I said, cost of goods, sealed product, binders, collections, and bulk. Um, and let's go over the fees really quick. Okay, so this is very important. Very, very, very important. Like I said, you should be watching this video because I need you to visually see this as well as hear this, but visually see this so that way you guys can see and maybe jot down some notes and or take screenshots of this. Okay, so for I would say the standard seller on eBay, the fees are going to be right around 13.9% seller fee per sale. Okay, so that is basically that's going to be for all sellers that are basically new. When you're starting off, that's going to be pretty much your percentage that you have to pay on each sale, right? It's different for people that are top sellers, top rated sellers, but I'll get into that in the next slide. But when you're first starting out, it's going to be almost near 14% on seller fees, which, yeah, that's definitely kind of high. I will agree with you on that. That's definitely kind of high. Um, but we definitely have ways to still make good amount of money and make good amount of margins and stuff like that. So, all right, so about 14%, and then eBay ends up charging you an additional fixed value fee per sale. So when you go on ahead and sell something, you're charged an extra 30 cents per sale, including the 13.9%, right? And on shipping, honestly, if you are not using this right here, the 63 cents shipping cost on every sale with the standard envelope on eBay, if you're not using that, then you've been missing out because this actually exists, right? Basically, you put it in an envelope. Obviously, that's a different video of how to like pack your orders and stuff like that. But what I use in my orders, I use a standard white envelope for all my singles that I mail out. And yeah, I am saving so much money because regular standard shipping is going to be anywhere from three to I think $4 to $5, something like that. I forgot what it was. Four to $5, right? But when you're doing eBay standard envelope, you're only paying 63 cents for the shipping. Very, 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 very cost difference, I would say. if you've been using the standard shipping method, then here you go. Here's your fix right here for the shipping. Okay. Anyways, so moving on, 25 cents for supplies per sale. So that includes top loaders. Top loaders, like I said. What is it? Penny sleeves. What is it? What's it called? Team bags. Envelope. And I think my thermal print labels that I use, my envelopes. So all that equates to 25 cents, okay? And then an insertion fee, the reason why I put optional is because depending, well, there's two things. One, you get 250 free listings per month on eBay. I'll say that again. You get up to 250 free listings on eBay without this insertion fee right here, okay? Um, but the second part is this is optional, meaning once you pass the threshold of 250 listings uh, in a given month, let's say, right? Let's say there's like a month where you go over 250 listings. Then they're gonna start charging you a 30 cents insertion fee, right? There's a way around that. Okay, if you end up buying premium or eBay premium, I think that's what it's called, where you basically buy a membership where you pay like 50 bucks a month or something like that. Oh, not 50 bucks a month. You pay like 20 bucks a month. I'm paying like 20 bucks right now, 20 bucks a month right now for my premium. And what that ends up doing is it gives you just like thousands and thousands of unlimited listings that you can do, free listings without insertion fee per month, and I'm paying 20 bucks a month. There are higher tiers, but for right now, for my seller level, I'm doing 20 bucks a month, and that's pretty feasible right now in my business. So I'm getting thousands of free listings a month right now because I'm over the 250 free listings threshold. I've been over that a long time ago. So yeah, just keep that in mind that this insertion fee is optional even when you go past the 250 listings uh, per month. So here we go. So solutions for lower fees and lower shipping rates. Okay, so the first one I always tell you guys, especially for eBay, is you need to become a top-rated seller. Okay, it's very simple to become a top-rated seller. It's not that hard to qualify. As a top-rated seller, you have to do $1,000 in sales in one calendar year to qualify. Fees will go from 13.9 to 12.9 on each sale. Okay, so $1,000 in sales on eBay in one calendar year is extremely doable, right? You can sell 10 singles for $100 each. You'll get to $1,000, or you can sell 100 singles, for $100, and whatever that is, 100, even 100 singles is not even that bad. Like 100 listings to get to $1,000, right? And if each like 100 listings, each of them are like 10 bucks each, you know, figure out a way to get to $1,000 in sales in one calendar year. Okay. Once you get that, you have good ratings, you have good feedback, you don't have any negative feedback during that time where you get into $1,000, uh, you're going to be in a very, very good spot. eBay will send you a notification and the option to become a top rated seller, which is, hey, 1% difference of the fees is a um, big difference, right? Big difference. The second one, always pick eBay standard envelope, like I said, last slide, for way lower shipping costs. 63 cents is better than $4 to $5 on shipping. Okay, so yeah, I just said in the last slide, use eBay standard envelope. You're only paying 63 cents as opposed to $4 to $5. Okay, and then the supplies, like I said, the best solution is Amazon. Don't go to your Office Depot. Don't go to Home Depot. Don't go to Lowe's. Don't go to anywhere. I know those are like, I'm just naming off stores. Don't go to Walmart. Don't go to Target. Don't go to any freaking store that is physical when you're buying supplies. Don't ever, ever think about buying supplies literally out there on the ground. Buy them off Amazon online. Okay? Amazon's going to be way, way cheaper than all these supplies you get at Home Depot, Office Max. I don't know, all the Office. I don't even know. Like, there's so many of them. I don't even know. They all sound the same to me, right? Don't buy those supplies. They're way more expensive. Save yourself money. Buy them off Amazon. And plus, Amazon delivers it to your house. I work for Amazon, so I'll come deliver to your house. So, just go with Amazon, right? And insertion fees don't apply if you pay for eBay Premium. Like I said, you pay for premium, you're good. For thousands of listings for only $20 a month, but you don't have to worry about that because, like I said, the last one down here is 250 free listings per month on eBay. So most of you guys, you're gonna be at 250 free listings per month for a very long time. I used mine for like a good like year before I had to start paying my eBay Premium, guys. So most of you guys can just utilize this right here and save yourself 30 cents per listing, which is huge, right? So utilize this and capitalize on this. This right here will save you a lot of money, and just basically you get your feet wet, right? And yeah, so move on to the next slide. So solutions on cost of goods. Okay, I hope you're still following along. We're 15 minutes in. I'm trying to make this as efficiently quick as possible. I'm not trying to make this like an hour video, so that way get you guys out of here. Solutions for cost of goods. All right, so the first one, find a Japanese wholesaler for cheap seal product. Okay, so if you guys go back to like 5 videos ago, I teach you guys literally step by step of how to find a Japanese wholesaler supplier in Japan. Okay, that's like 5 videos ago. It's called how to find a supplier, a Pokemon supplier, something like that. I think that's what the video is called. I forgot what it was called. Um, but I go over the techniques and methods of how to find a supplier in Japan. I go through all that. I'm not going to go through it right now because it's way too much time, right? But that's your number one goal is to find someone who's going to be able to wholesale you cheap product, specifically Japanese product, because with distributors in America for English product, that's a whole different story. I'm not going to get into it. But Japanese is accessible to anyone, meaning anyone has access to Japanese product. Okay? Second one, buy binders slash collections at 70 to 80% of the value. Okay. So when you come across binders and collections, you should try to buy it anywhere from 70 to 80% of the value, total value of the binder. Okay. You'd be surprised how much people are liquidating their binders and their collections for cash. This is the time for you. What's that one saying called? Another man's trash is one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's what it's called, right? So this right here, you can easily find people that just want to liquidate their stuff for 70 to 80% of the value. Capitalize on that. That will save you a lot of money. Don't ever buy a binder for the full price of the ask or the full value of the binder. Never do that, especially when you're trying to sell and flip Pokemon singles, right? Or a living or a side hustle. Doesn't matter what it is, right? But that's basically what you want to do, right? Last one. This is actually very important. I think this is the reason why a lot of you guys keep asking me, shipping or not asking, but you guys keep telling me that shipping costs are too high, fees are too high, and I guarantee you it's this reason right here. Okay, here we go. Do not, in caps, do not highlight it in caps. Do not take on bulk unless a collection comes with it on a price that you cannot refuse. Okay, guys, this right here is the most important detail of the entire presentation I'm giving you right now, okay? Stop taking bulk. Stop selling bulk on eBay, okay? Stop selling 5-cent, 10-cent cards on eBay. I don't care if they're reverse hollows. I don't care if they're hollows. Do not sell them on eBay, okay? You're going to lose money. I guarantee you that's the reason why a lot of you guys are coming to my comments because you're probably selling bulk in your Pokemon stores, right? In your eBay stores. You should be only selling hits in your eBay store, okay? Do not take on bulk unless a collection comes with it on a price that you cannot refuse, okay? So do not ever just buy bulk by itself. If you buy bulk by itself, that's a great way to lose money. Don't do that, okay? Nobody wants bulk. Sure, there's people out there that do want bulk. I'm not gonna say not everybody. I'm not gonna say everybody doesn't want bulk. There's definitely people out there that do want it, but that's for TCG Player. You should only list bulk on TCG Player. The 5-cent, 10-cent, 20-cent cards, put on TCG Player, okay, and just let it sit. And you'll always find someone out there that might just buy like 300 bulk cards from you on TCG Player, and that's happened to me before plenty of times. So I would just put it on TCG Player, let it sit and chill, and move on from that. Okay. So let's go over some real life examples. Okay. Here we go. Here's a lot of good information right here. Okay. So we're gonna go over like 3 examples right now, and we're almost done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get through it, go right through it, guys. So here we go. Let's say in this real life example, we want to go buy a collection binder of 200 cards, or we're presented a binder of 200 cards, and the total value on that binder is $1,500. Okay, and the buyer is asking for $1,125 for this binder, right? So you guys are probably thinking, wow, that's almost a $400 flip. Well, not necessarily, right? Because 1,500 minus 1125, yeah, sure. I think that's gonna be like a high $300, something like that. But you got to factor in a lot of the fees, shipping, and all that stuff. And let's see if it's worth it, all right? So before buying, okay, is this a good price to be able to profit? Let's take a look, okay? So here we go. This is a very important formula that you guys need to pay attention to right now. Value of the binder plus add $1 shipping to all cards. You guys want to hear a secret of how to make your business more profitable? Add $1 to every single listing that you put on eBay. I'm going to say it again. Add $1 to every listing on your eBay. Every card gets a dollar added into the price. So I'll give you an example. If you're selling a $2 card, that's market price at $2. When you go on eBay, you're going to sell it for $3. You got that, right? Cool. Okay, so value of binder plus add $1 shipping to all cards. Okay, so you're going to add $1 to 200 cards. Okay, which is an additional $200. Okay, which is going to equal the $1,700 total value. All right. So just really quick, the reason why we want to add an extra dollar to the shipping on our eBay listings is because on TCG Player, guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the selling end, not just being a buyer on TCG Player, but also being a seller on TCG Player. Actually, I think it's on both sides. I'm not sure. But on both sides, right? TCG Player requires the buyer to pay $1 for everything or for every card that they buy, right? TCG Player requires that. Okay. Even a card that's worth a penny, TCG Player is going to charge you $1 shipping on that penny card, right? Shouldn't be any different. Shouldn't be any different on eBay, right? Add $1 to that listing. Add $1 to that card. People are still going to buy it, guys. Okay? People are still going to buy it. Right? So I just want to get through. I just want to just tell you guys that really quick. So, anyways, moving on. So, total value $1,700. Cool. Now, for me, this number right here, this is my percentage that I pay in fees. I know I told you guys that it's 12.9 when it goes from 13.9 to 12.9 when you become a top rated seller. But since I am paying eBay Premium has lowered my fee structure from 12.9 to 12.3. So I'm paying 12.3 in eBay fees and paying $20 a month for thousands of free listings a month. That is worth it for me. I can make a completely different video about that. That's not the point. I just wanted to highlight to you guys that this number right here is what I'm paying on fees. Okay. So for me, this is not going to be for you. Not yet. So you reach this point. Okay. But plug in the number that's going to be you. Most of you are going to be, right now, when you're first starting off, most of you guys are going to put in 13.9. Okay. So in your calculators, you would want to put 1,700 times 13.9 or something like that, right? So, anyways, but for me, for example, 1,700 times 12.35 equals the $209.9 times 10%. Okay, so I get another discount for my top rated seller. I think, yeah, something like that. For my top rated seller discount, I get another discount, which ends up minusing $20.90 off of this total right here. Okay, on the 209, which ends up equating to be $189 total. So This is how much I'm paying on fees for everything. Every card that gets listed, every card that gets bought through my store, I will eventually pay this total amount if I'm selling all 200 cards. Okay, all 200 cards will equal out to be this much right here, right? Just on the fees. Yeah, just on the fees. Okay. Now, 1,700 minus 189 is 1,500. 1,500, or what is it? 1,511. I don't know why I can say that. $1,511. Okay. Cool. So this is the number we have left over. Okay. That's why it's very important, guys, to charge an extra dollar on all your listings, because already, guys, we're back to almost the total value of the actual binder. Okay. That's why it's very important to charge a dollar. Cool. So, like I said, shipping costs 63 cents times 200 cards is going to equal $126. Total cost on shipping, okay? 0.30 cents, which is the final value fee that I told you guys about on every listing that you sell, or every card that you sell. It doesn't matter. Same thing, right? Every listing that gets sold, you have to pay a 30 cent um, final value fee. There's no way to resist this, right? This is final. You have to pay this, right? So 30 cents times 20, or I'm sorry, 200 is 60. And then 25 cents, which is your supplies, 25 cents is going to be on every listing, okay? Your top loader, your penny sleeve, your label, your envelope, team bag is going to be 25 cents for all that entire list of supplies I just gave you, right? Per card, per envelope, right? Which ends up being $50, okay? Total amount is $236 for this right here. $236, okay? So now we take $1,511 minus 236, which is this. This is an additional, okay? We already took away 189. Now we're going to take away 236. 1,511 minus 236 equals $1,275. Cool. Now let's figure out how much profit we made, okay? So, $1,275 minus $1,125, which was the asking price in the beginning, is going to equal $150 in profit. Profit margin is going to be 8.8%. Was it worth it? No. Let me tell you why that was not this collection, hypothetical collection, okay? I always do all this in my head or on my calculator before I even buy it, right? I do it really fast. It takes me like a minute and a half to do this plug in the entire formula to figure this out before I even buy a collection, okay? If it's below 10% profit margin, it is never worth it, okay? At least for me. You can do 5%. That could be your threshold. Anything below 5%, you're not going to buy it. If anything below 15%, I'm not going to buy it. You can do that if you want. If anything's below 20%, you can do that too. For me, it's 10%, right? Right? Because here's the reason why I choose 10%. Because in this business, right, in this TCG business, okay, the profit margins are going to be anywhere from 10 to 20%. Good luck having a TCG business that's going to be 30, 40%, okay? That's not going to happen, right? That's not going to happen. 10 to 20% is going to be basically the go-to profit margins of this business model of selling TCG, okay? I just like 10% because it's just like having that double-digit profit margin just looks really good, okay? Because 10%, let's always use the 10% rule, okay? 10% of $100 is $10. 10% of 1,000, 100. 10% of 10,000, 1,000. 10% of 100,000, 10,000. 10% of a million is 100,000, okay? 10% is a very good return, okay? Now, I know 10% doesn't sound that much to you guys, or even 15 or 20% doesn't sound that much, but I'll tell you the reason why towards the end of this video of why 10%, anywhere from 10 to 20% profit margins in this business model is actually very, 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 very good. I'm going to say very 4 or 5 times because I'm putting so much emphasis on this of why I'm so passionate about this, okay? And not only am I passionate about it, but also give you guys logistics and the numbers and not bullshit you guys in the videos I make. I make no BS videos. I give you guys the straightforward, uh, you know, the straightforward answers. So let's go over to the next one. This is the last example for collector for these binders, right? So we're going to talk about this binder in particular, okay? So a binder of 75 cards is worth $650 total value of the binder. Asking price is $455. Before buying, is this a good price to be able to profit? Let's take a look. Value of the binder plus $1 shipping on all the cards, which is $650 plus $75 is going to equal the $725 total value on everything. Okay, so plug in my stuff. Okay, that applies to me. Plug in your stuff that applies to you. 725 times 12.35 equals 89.5 times 10 equals 8.95. So basically $89 minus 8.95, which is going to be total on all the fees, right? $80.50. Okay? So 725 minus 80.5 is going to be $644.50, okay? Put all this stuff in, your shipping, shipping, final value fee, supplies, it's going to be $88.05. So add this right here, which is going to be, I don't even know actually. But we already took this number and we subtracted it down here, which is 644. 644.5 minus 88.5 is going to be $556, okay? After everything is left over, okay? Then we take $725 minus $556, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. This is I think I made a mistake. Whoops. That's not the right number. Okay. So actually this is a typo. Whoops. Or not a typo, rather this is a mistake. 556 minus 455. Okay. This is going to be our total right here. So 556, so 556, okay. Minus 455 which was our initial investment, which is going to be $100 and 101, whatever, $101. That's going to be our profit. Profit margin, sorry, I don't know why I keep doing that. Profit margin is going to be 13.9%. Was that worth it? My opinion is yes. It was worth it because it's way above 10%. We're approaching 14%, okay? That is very, very nice. That's a very nice number, okay? Anything that is 10% and above, I will take. I will take it no matter how much the value is. I will buy it. I will take it, okay? And this 13% is a very healthy profit margin, okay? So for me, that is worth it. That may not be worth it for you if you are saying that your threshold is 15% or your threshold is 20. 10% is the good medium, I say, in my opinion, okay? Not too high, not too low, okay? So this is a very good number, okay? Now, let's talk about sealed product example, okay? So wholesale cost for a 10 V-Star Universe booster box. This is just an example, guys. This is not the actual cost of a V-Star Universe booster box, Japanese booster box, okay? But we're just using this as an example. So total cost of goods, let's say you buy 10 of them, each of them are $90. It's going to be $900 plus Wise or PayPal fee, which is going to be anywhere from 1 to 3%, okay? Which is going to equal $909 to $927 total for the entire wholesale for the whole thing, like for all 10 boxes of V-Star Universe, right? That's going to be the total for everything, right? For the entire shipment. So $9 is our initial investment for every single booster box. We go on eBay and we want to price at $124.99 per box. This is just an example, guys, okay? You can do whatever the hell you want, okay? I always recommend market price, though. Market price is what everyone is going to buy it at, pretty much, okay? So let's go ahead and use formula for this, for sealed product, okay? So $124.99 times 12.3 equals $15.40 times 10% equals $1.54 equals 13.8. Okay, so $13.8 is my total fee that I'm paying on per booster box, okay? Which is going to leave me $111 left over, okay? Now we take that 111, okay? And then we minus it 5.5, which is going to equal $105.50. Okay. We take the 30 cents right here. So you see this 30 cents because that's the fixed value fee on eBay, which is going to equal to be 105 and 20 cents. Okay. 105, 20 cents minus 0.70. Okay, so 0.70 is going to be the supply that I use for my booster boxes. So my booster boxes, I put them in big bubble mailers. I wrap it up in what you call it, in bubble wrap. Okay, bubble wrap, and the bubble wrap is included in the 70 cents. Okay, and then it ends up equating to be or it ends up being $104.50. Okay, and $104.50 minus 90 is going to be $14.05 or 50 cents profit per box, or $145 total profit on 10 boxes, which is going to leave you a profit margin of 11%. Was that worth it? My opinion, yes. Let me tell you a reason why. So sealed product is going to be a lot different and a lot more straightforward than I would say a binder or a collection. Okay, so there's not that much math that you have to do on all this right here to know the numbers and just kind of just know like what you're actually making. Okay, like I said, you always want to be above that 10%. And you want to be on. You want to be for me. I want to be above 10% on each, collections, binder, and the booster boxes. And yeah, that's the reason why I would say that this is a very good deal. Anything below 10%, definitely not a good deal. I will not waste my time trying to flip all that for more work for lesser money, in my opinion. So this is definitely a good margin for me. I would definitely do that. I would only be spending, $909 because I use Wise as my payment processor to my Japanese supplier. And yeah, 909 would be my total. And to make $145 to spend this or make this, and in order to do that, the cost of that is going to basically spend this, make my money back plus that. I'll take that. I would take that. That's not a, it's a very healthy profit margin. Okay. Now, my final thoughts. Okay. Final thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and keep this below like 3 to 5 minutes, guys. So, my final thoughts, guys. Selling Pokemon or any TCG on the internet is worth it, but must be done right. Reasons I plan to continue to sell Pokemon slash TCG long term 10 to 20 plus years. Okay. So I'll go ahead and talk about the first one. The first one is the obvious one. Is Pokemon is established. Okay. Pokemon will never die. Pokemon will never go to zero. Pokemon will always have a huge fan base. Pokemon will always be passed down to generation after generation. At least in my lifetime, right? Maybe it'll be dead. Maybe Pokemon will be dead in the next 20, 50, or 20, 50, 100 years from now. But right now, Pokemon is more than alive. It's thriving. It's going to the moon, as they all say. No, but now Pokemon is a multi-billion-dollar industry. That doesn't even include the secondary market. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. Like I just said, I looked up statistics the other day. That does not include secondary market. Secondary market means eBay, TCG Player, doesn't matter. Shopify stores. Pokemon is a multi-billion-dollar franchise when it's talking about a sealed product. Okay, the Pokemon company selling sealed product to the whole world. Okay, it's a multi-billion-dollar company, not even including secondary market. I can guarantee you, secondary market is well in the tens, 20, 50, 100 million secondary markets. That's I would say the liquidity. I would say that's in the secondary market, in my opinion. Number two, it is expensive to start and basically to keep it going. Okay. But that is okay because that just means that it's a harder barrier to entry. Okay. The reason why I like having a Pokemon store is because not everyone's going to be able to do it. Okay. Anyone could start pretty much anything on the internet that involves making money at a very low cost besides Pokemon. Pokemon is expensive to start. Very expensive. That's why I always recommend you guys start selling your collections now to have some startup capital if you don't have the startup capital or or monetary means to invest into getting it off the ground, okay? But that's why I like Pokemon because it's a harder barrier to entry. There's a lot of skill to it. There's a lot of complexity to it. And I don't think not many people are going to want to take all the time and effort to wrap their brains around a complexity, not complexity, a complex uh, business model as such as a TCG like Pokemon, right? So harder barrier to entry. Okay, not everyone is going to have the desire to do it when they see how much it costs in the beginning. Number three, margins are healthy but not substantial, but it sells fast. Okay, so like I told you like 20 minutes ago, the margins in this industry is going to be anywhere from 10 to 20%. Okay, I know in other industries you hear about 50%, 60% profit margins, and you hear about 2, 3, 4, 5x my money and all this stuff, right? Pokemon's 10 to 20%, right? Now, let me give you a great example right now. Okay, suppose we have 100 items. Okay, you and me. Let's say you have 100 items, I have 100 items. And let's say your items are just a lot more valuable. Um, Not valuable. Let's take that back. Let's say my items are okay. I make 10 to 20% profit, okay? But I sell all my 100 in 2 days, okay? And I make 10 to 20%, right? Let's say with your 100, your profit margins for all 100 of them is going to be anywhere from 40 to 60% profit margin, but you sell all 100 of them in 3 months, right? By the time it takes you to sell 100 items in 3 months, I'm already on like my 10th 100 mass listing doing the 10 20% margins. And I've basically made more money than you because I am basically doing it at a faster pace, and I am speeding my way through getting sales out there and getting and fulfilling orders for people while it's taking you on average selling 3 to 4 items a month, or not a month, I would say like a week or something like that. If you have, if you're collecting 50 to 60% profit margins, right? Um, you want to go with the most efficient. I would rather take the 10 to 20% that sells really 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 fast than to take the 40 to 50% profit margins, but it sells pretty damn slow, right? That's the thing you have to consider. I would not be doing Pokemon. I would not be doing any of this at all if this did not sell fast. 10 to 20%, I can double that somewhere else. I can double that in a different industry, right? Double that margin in a different industry, okay? But Pokemon sells extremely fast, and I have confidence in Pokemon. That's the most important thing, is having confidence in the product that you are selling, okay? So it sells extremely fast. By the time you make that 10% on 100 listings in 2 days, you haven't even made like, you get what I'm saying, right? I don't want to, twist your brain a little too much. I'm twisting my own right now, but it's relatively late right now. And last one, guys. Last and final point. TCG stores has huge potential in terms of growth. For example, Apple started out as computer hardware, then grew massively and created iPhones, iPads, AirPods, MacBooks, iOS software, iTunes, etc. Okay? So what do I mean about TCG store potential, right? There's a lot of potential in terms of long-term growth. Okay, so guys, there are so many elements to TCG. You have sealed product, you have raw cards, you have graded cards, you have so many different services to TCG stores, right? You can become a supplier if you live in Japan, right? You could become a supplier, supply cheap Pokemon products around the world and make profit if you live in Japan, right? Um, Even in US, there's a lot of suppliers in the US that are willing to supply you a pretty good deal on English or Japanese, right? You just got to find them, right? You can become a wholesale supplier in a Pokemon business. You can become a consignment service type business for graded cards, meaning you sell other people's cards for them and you make a commission on every single card. You can sell the raw cards, buy collections off of people, and then you sell it back to the secondary market. You can grade your own cards, right? Collect your own cards and grade them. And like I just said, I just listed like 3 to 4 things that are way out of the, I would say that are not even my niche, I would say. I'm just buying binders. I'm just buying collections, right? And just flipping them. And I'm doing that on a massive scale, or not massive scale, but on a pretty big scale. Because right now I'm still a small store in my opinion, but that's okay because I have a lot of vision. I'm a visionary. Uh I have a lot of aspirations to continue to grow this business. So, anyways, guys, that is my final thoughts. I didn't want this video to go past 20 minutes, but hey, we went over 40 minutes. So, anyways, guys, I hope you're all doing well, guys. I hope you all are having a good holiday season so far. And Christmas is right around the corner. Christmas is going to be here in like the next 4 weeks, and I hope you all are ready for it. And hope you're all having a great one, guys. I will see you in the next video. If you guys like today's video, give me a like, give me a sub, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for more juicy content, and have a good rest of your night, guys. Peace out, guys.